The sacred middle, the ultimate shortcut for modern discourse. To bypass the heavy lifting of forming a real opinion, there's no better place. It's a brilliant strategy, really. You skip reading the research. You avoid the acute discomfort of ever being proven wrong. You simply refuse to pick a side. Over time, you can even take this habitual fence-sitting, polish it up, package it, and sell it to everyone around you as a profound personality trait. Defaulting to the center secures the appearance of intellectual depth while requiring zero effort. Meet Mr. Middle Ground. You've probably heard him before. The tone is always calm, perfectly measured, and almost rehearsed. He is incredibly polite during any debate. Take a look at this scale. His entire worldview rests on a specific cognitive error. He confuses complexity with equivalence. He looks at two sides of an argument and assumes that just because they both exist, they automatically deserve equal weight. So, welcome to the masterclass. Today, we are going to look at the exact tactics you need to adopt to be completely, entirely wrong, but always in a highly reasonable tone. Hovering indefinitely between 2 points is the perfect disguise for having absolutely nothing meaningful to say. Your first tactic is pure avoidance. Whenever someone introduces a sharp, well-defined argument, your objective is to smooth the tension until there are no edges and no consequences left. Let's say one side of an issue is built on a mountain of verifiable evidence and the opposing side is built purely on convenience. Watch these two shapes. As a committed centrist, your job is to actively dilute both of those positions. You grind down the evidence and elevate the convenience until they merge into a featureless gray compromise. The beauty of this dilution is that you never actually step onto either side. Avoiding commitment means you never have to defend a position to its logical conclusion. This process neutralizes the threat of accountability without ever needing to uncover a single fact. Let's call this the arithmetic of absurdity. It happens when you treat clarity like it's a problem, something harsh that must be softened through unneeded compromise. This equation highlights the math perfectly. You act as if the answer to 2 and 10 must always be 6, purely to appease both sides. That assumes reality is obligated to distribute itself symmetrically for our convenience. But it doesn't. Treating every conclusion like a raw number to be sliced neatly down the middle creates a worldview that is elegant, safe, and completely empty. Here is the reality. Truth has absolutely zero obligation to sit halfway between two opinions out of sheer politeness. Factual reality does not care about symmetry. It is frequently uneven, highly decisive, and incredibly inconvenient for anyone seeking a middle ground. Actually being right requires you to lean, sometimes completely, to one side. It requires explicitly rejecting the other. That discomfort you feel when taking a firm stance is the exact threshold where critical thinking begins. The middle is rarely a place of profound observation. It is a quiet, agreeable place to hide from the courage required to be right. Balance without judgment is merely indecision dressed in a polished vocabulary. Wisdom is discrimination. It is commitment. It is the firm, unapologetic recognition that some arguments are stronger and some ideas are simply better than others. The middle ground is only meaningful when it is analytically earned. It is never valid when defaulted to as an intellectual reflex. If you believe that refusing to choose is the absolute peak of intellectualism, you haven't mastered the game. You're still in the tutorial level.